Hey guys, welcome to Game 3 between MasteRey and Dreamer. Each player has a game apiece. Bottom right hand corner we have Dreamer, again with the consistent green. He is actually in Twitch chat. He's playing on ladder though, so I can't respond. And I did want to confirm that he did in fact GG in chat afterwards. So always give people the benefit of the doubt. I knew it. I'm like, he GG'd in chat afterwards. 12 o'clock location we have MasteRey as the purple Protoss. I'm actually waiting to hear, he can't respond right now, but I'm actually waiting to hear for his response as far as the final match versus Crane. There, ooh, that probe going back there, that can be a little bit of disruption in mining. A little bit slower. Anyway, this is Blue Bastic Demon. It's funny, at the end of the matches right there when it's like, I want to hear your guys' opinion on it. When the game's clearly over, what's the chatter you want to hear? I'm always curious about that sort of thing. Is it, do you want to hear about the what's on the mind of various players going in? It's kind of that's kind of what I like about Brood War actually, is there's kind of like that nice pause in the moment to lead things in, to talk about the players, to talk about their backgrounds, talk about where they're from. MasteRey from Germany, by the way. You want to hear fatality? Twitch chat saying they want to hear fatality in that thing. Voice is a little bit been casting a bit, so I can't do the full fatality. If I let my voice rest a bit, I can do a better fatality. Gateway from both players, so it doesn't look like we're seeing anything too cheesy. I'm wondering if MasteRey is... This is a 3-player map. I'm wondering if he's going to opt for that early probe scout once again. Looks like he's keeping that probe in base thus far. Assimilator down for Dreamer. Assimilator down for MasteRey. That's where that probe kind of being in that back corner can be all the difference. Both players sending out that probe scout about equivalent. This is one of those maps, Blue Bastic Demon, where I feel like that Zealot opener can be effective, again, because of that lack of ramp and because of just wide open natural. But looks like both players are opting to go for more tech. Cybernetic score up just about even across the board, yeah. Mirror builds thus far. But anyway, yeah, I'm wondering what kind of chatter you guys like hearing in between. It's interesting because I like the... That's a thing about Brood War. I like that you can kind of ease into the match, and then it kind of has... If you look at it as a graph, it's kind of like you get the steady, and then it kind of picks up, and then it's like climax, and then the drop, right? The problem is when there's the drop, and it doesn't just like end. It's like, okay, what now? Anyway, I digress. Let's actually talk about the match. Pylon inside of... Oops, didn't mean to click that. Pylon in that back corner, or scouting probe, that's the word I'm looking for. Been casting a bit, so getting to me now. Initial Zealot has been produced. Dragoon's going to follow up, chasing down that probe. Dreamer going to get the earlier scout over MasteRey. MasteRey just now pushing across with some nice micro. Dreamer might be able to do something here. Dragoon just about halfway finished. MasteRey pausing a little bit. And this is where MasteRey's lower APM might cost him a little. Now, yeah, starting to get that probe in that back corner. Range upgrading for both players. Complete mirror builds. I do want to comment on the last match momentarily. I really was impressed. I feel like that decision to go Gateway, or sorry, to go Nexus first was huge and very well thought out. Ooh, okay. Second there, I thought that might be a blockade. Keep in mind, Gateway units, usually they pop out the bottom right-hand corner. Thought that might have been a blockade, but that Dragoon able to slip through it. I didn't realize that was walkable for a Dragoon. Second Gateway, 3 Gateways. I like this decision again from Dreamer, considering the map architecture. So again, this is a map without a ramp, which means, and this is the build that won it for, or this is a, I'm wondering if this is almost informed from his last match versus Crane. MasteRey just plopping a single gateway down, so that is going to be a production advantage. Actually, maybe, nope, he's going 3 gateways as well. Wow, this is going to come down to straight macro, straight micro. This is going to be a straight micro fight one. I like this decision from both players though, because this is a map without a ramp. This is a more wide open natural expansion. This is, I don't know, I feel like early gateway units, because of that ramp, because of the architecture of the map, it favors Gateway Man. And we were seeing Gateway Man from both. I'm going to give a slight edge to Dreamer, though, in the heads-up micro versus micro fight, from what I've seen thus far. In his generalized matches, in his previous matches versus MasteRey. MasteRey, I've seen him do some, how do I put this? I feel like MasteRey, as far as the pre-engagement stuff, where he kind of shuffles his Zealots and gets his Dragoons in position, he's done a very good job with that. However, I feel like Dreamer, when it's come down to just focus firing and doing kind of the walking fire while doing everything else, he is excelled in that category. We'll see. MasteRey is going to be up a Dragoon in this engagement. And that could be the difference here. Zealot's now engaging midfield, now regathering. Zealot going down a half second earlier for Dreamer. And Dreamer, again, you can just see walking that initial Dragoon out. And so following things up, 2 very damaged Dragoons versus just 1 Dragoon that is somewhat damaged sitting in that backfield. And Dreamer, with the closer reinforcement point, getting the better of that. He needs to be careful, though. I don't think he realizes he's going up against 3-gate. And here's the thing. If Dreamer commits to this and loses this fight, 6 Dragoons versus 4, which he might, yeah, taking a lot of free damage, that could be the difference in this match. So now down a Dragoon, actually taking some free shots. And that's almost like an unfortunate thing. Ugh. I don't know that MasteRey realized he's going up against 3-gate, but backing up, that could be the difference. Now he's trying to reposition and do the same thing to MasteRey, because MasteRey doesn't know what he's up against, and re-engaging. This could be the deciding fight right here. And you can just see the focus fire. Dreamer doing an excellent job focusing across all those Dragoons versus MasteRey, who did not have any focus fire that I could see from either side. So he stands with 7 Dragoons, 8 Dragoons now. Comparatively 6 Dragoons and 2 Zealots to follow. MasteRey going to go ahead and pause unit production, realizing that he's up against an equivalent build, and get his Nexus down a little bit earlier. Crane getting a Robo, and I think he's just going to stick to flat unit production for the time being. We will see. If MasteRey can defend, if he can continue to defend this, he will end up getting that macro advantage and taking the match overall in the mid game. This Probe Scout's going to be all the difference, is whether it sees that Nexus building or not. Okay, wandering in, sees the Nexus. That was huge. So Dreamer knows the Nexus is being built. He knows what he needs to do to respond. And I think he might opt for a Reaver as a result. MasteRey somehow snuck his own observatory in the midst of all that. How? Wow. How did he get a Nexus and an observatory? I guess he really cut back on the unit production. He's going to wander in, see no Nexus. Now let's see if he decides to go ahead and plop down an additional gate now, and maybe even a shield battery. So he's in position to go ahead and do it. We'll see if he does that momentarily. He doesn't have quite the resources to do it. Robotic support bay being produced, initial shuttle. So there's that 4th gateway. So this is going to come down to some micromanagement at the natural expansion. MasteRey has the vision, but he does not have the units comparatively. And keep in mind, Dreamer, army getting a little bit split up. You might want to regather it. Dreamer has been fantastic with his micromanagement. Already pressing forward, waiting on that Robo to complete. Kind of regather, rejoin. Natural's up. 4th gateway is now finished, so this is kind of the window for Dreamer. Can he get this Reaver and the shuttle and just micro his way out of this situation, or will MasteRey hold here? Here's the thing, with the Reaver, with this kind of, I want to say, funnel, Dragoon funnel, you can see any shot is a good shot for the Reaver, assuming it doesn't get picked off. I'm going to give a slight advantage to MasteRey as he's popping down a 6th gateway. More Dragoons peeling out. It's going to come down to this Reaver and what this Reaver can do. And I think MasteRey, if he moves that Observer a little bit more forward, yeah, he's going to see what he's up against. But here's the thing. Dreamer's micromanagement is top-notch. Here we go. MasteRey pushing forward into that attack force before the Reaver arrives. Getting the drop. The Reaver's dropped. Nice explosion on a handful of those Dragoons. Now MasteRey backing up. It's going to have to rely on reinforcements at this stage. Has repositioned. The Reaver pushing forward. Wants to try to get additional damage done. MasteRey working on that right-hand line while Dreamer works on that left. More reinforcements peeling in, and I think MasteRey's done it. Some nice micro here for Dreamer. He's still keeping that alive. Still shuffling, but keep in mind there's going to be 4 Dragoons momentarily. 3 Dragoons standing now. Last Dragoon out, and it's just going to be a standing shuttle. That is GG. Well played by MasteRey. That is the difference an Observer can make. Dreamer taking his natural expansion now. Losing his Observer on the front door, and that was just, oof. That was well played by MasteRey. The timing was just perfect. But no GG yet. Game's still rolling. This is what I was talking about from previous game, where it's, you know, not in a great situation. Special shout out to Future, giving me the raid. Thanks for that. For people just joining us, we are doing Hasuleague finals. This is 6 gateways up in MasteRey's base. He is running 2 bases worth of production. Second base is now up for Dreamer. Here's the thing, though. I'm going to look at this overall. Dreamer actually has a superior probe count somehow. And yes, he's behind in supply, but he's not critically behind in supply. So it's still up to MasteRey to kind of close this out. But I think he's still going to do it because he's got an observer across everything. And this is still 6 gateways worth of production versus 3. And yeah, there's a Reaver there, but that's a Reaver without a ramp, without a shuttle to provide a lot of protection. We are going to see a second Reaver being produced. MasteRey kind of sneaking down, spotting it. And here's the thing, Dreamer, does he have an observatory? He does have an observatory. I don't know that he knows he's been spotted as far as all of this. So this is going to be kind of the Alamo here. And I'm wondering if this is also one of those like game tactics where I'm going to make it as difficult for you as possible. Although MasteRey doesn't have a sizable army to engage this. Kind of doing a little bit of engagement, so he might take some free pot shots from this Reaver. This Reaver has to be careful angling out like this. MasteRey pushing down, looking to pick things off. Nice re-engagement there by Dreamer to try to protect that. That Reaver's taken out. Zealot's on the front, and another Reaver slow walking his way this direction. MasteRey trying to, wow, actually picking off a lot of Dragoons. Some nice micromanagement on his part. And backing off before that Reaver can be a factor. MasteRey still with the supply count lead. However, Dreamer still holding in his base. And go figure, he's ahead in probes through some nice follow-up macro. Critically, though, still 6 gateways versus just 3. But if Dreamer can continue to hold 6 gateways versus 3, he will end up winning this match. That's just mathematics, right? Anyway. Shuttle there for the Reaver now. Another large amount of units. So MasteRey, again, I was talking about that gateway man thing where you want to be in a superior production space. MasteRey is there, but he doesn't have the dominant economic advantage that he would otherwise, which is shocking in the mid-game. And this is, yeah, this is why I guess you never called GG that earlier. Dreamer's actually right back in this match all of a sudden. Skeleton crew on the front. Observer might be able to sneak this back corner. Additional gateways being plopped down. Dreamer actually up 3 units. He doesn't have map control, but he's even on supply, and he's ahead in probes. And slightly ahead as far as just baseline attack tech. He's got Reavers. Behind in general information, though. He might be able to take map control as soon as he moves these Dragoons out, though. And if MasteRey dedicates these forces and loses them, that could be it. Nice pick off there. Starting to back up now. Another Dragoon going to get picked off for, maybe not, for Dreamer. So Dreamer is actually pushed out of his base. So where I thought this was going to be an Observer finally getting taken out in Dreamer's base. So where I thought Dreamer was in a desperate situation, he's actually snuck right back into this. And he's actually, I'm going to say, at an advantage because MasteRey's main is going to end up thinning out earlier, I believe, is the way all of that works. Level 1 weapons upgrading about halfway finished for MasteRey, by the way. Dreamer sweeping his way around. He does have Reavers, where MasteRey has none. I don't even know. I don't see a robotics facility, or sorry, a robotics support bay out there for MasteRey. Dreamer sneaking a little bit forward, pressing with this army. Reavers drop, no fire yet. Focus those zealots on the front. Unfortunately, that Reaver shot going to be a dud. There's another Dragoon attacking from that back corner. Ooh, Dreamer in a lot of trouble. More concavity and just MasteRey. This is, yeah, there's GG. So for all of that, for all of that, MasteRey able to position the army around, able to pick off those 2 Reavers. That was just a bad engagement point, really. We're going to rewind it a little bit. So here's the thing. Just a little bit. This is where it's nice to be on replay. Like, move it up ×2. I like how MasteRey did this right at the end here. Regathering. First of all, he had this Dragoon in the back corner, which was invincible, obviously, to those Reavers and had the spot. But look how he positions this army to really set this trap. Because here's the thing. Yeah, Dreamer has 6 gateways now. But keep in mind that MasteRey had been producing, well, actually, producing a lot of units here in the meantime. And this just is a smaller army. And some of the reinforcements are coming in right there. Anyway, we continue. Reavers in the shuttle, they would have to be the difference. You can see the spread and this engagement point, but I love how this is about a close to an equivalent army. But here's the thing, those Reavers just aren't in position to do anything. And look at this like beautiful concavity from MasteRey. It's like a pure like moon arch here, diving into this spacing. And these Reavers basically are not a factor. Just not a factor in this fight at all. And this being shot over the corner thing, not helpful. Beautiful engagement by MasteRey at the end there. So we'll move on to the next match. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for listening.